Lesson 2.2, Proving Lines Are Parallel. First of all, 1 analyzes the diagram to see if line L is parallel to line M. So if you see these two lines, they do look parallel. But from now on, you cannot assume that they are parallel unless you are told in the problem, or if you're shown the little arrowheads, which I'll show you later. But you have to be told these are parallel. Otherwise, you cannot use any of those rules that we learned about parallel lines, and you can't assume that they're parallel. So it says, his teacher asks if there is enough information to say whether the lines are parallel. So you need to check. Look at this angle 1 and 4. Based on lesson 2.1, I'm hoping you remember what those are called and what characteristics or what relationships they have. And also 2 and 3. If you don't remember what these are called, go back, look in your notes, look in your book, or watch the other video to figure out what angles 2 and 3, there's a name for those, and 1 and 4. There's a name for those. And if you know the names or the terms that those groups or pairs are, I think you can answer this one. Example 1. So if you look at this, these lines obviously are not parallel. Line L and M. It says, suppose two lines are not parallel. Can corresponding angles still be congruent? So corresponding angles, right, here's 120. And the corresponding angle with that should be right here. You're going to need to argue or explain whether this is going to be 120 or not if the lines are not parallel. So you need to discuss that. The solution is here. Here's another one. Could angle 3 be supplementary? Remember what supplementary is. That means it adds up to 180. So could angle 3 add up to 180 with 120 degrees? Okay, so could it be supplementary with that? So if I looked here, this 120 should, look, here's those arrowheads I was talking about. These are parallel. Should be supplementary with this whole angle, 2 and 3 together. Because if the lines are parallel, which they are, then angles 2 plus 3 and 120 should equal 180. So you need to explain that, not just angle 3 and 120. Here's some theorems. There's a lot of theorems in this lesson. The number theorem 2.4, you don't have to remember the 2.4, but you do need to understand the name or a way to abbreviate the explanation. You have to understand the concept. So this is called converse of corresponding angles theorem. Last time you learned about the corresponding angles theorem. That says if the lines are parallel, then corresponding angles are congruent. So the converse switches the order. If corresponding angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. So this is proving that lines are parallel based on the corresponding angles. Same idea, converse, alternate interior. If these two angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. So if you know that, then you know the lines are parallel, and you can prove that. Writing a flow proof. Some teachers want you to write a flow proof. Some teachers don't mind a 2-column proof. Bottom line, you need to talk to your teacher and ask what kind of proof they want. So write a flow proof to prove the converse of alternate interior angles. So to prove a rule, you cannot use that rule. So I can't say angle 1 and 2, oh, they're congruent, converse of alternate interior. You can't do that. So you need to do this a different way. The solution is here, and you can look it up. But I have a feeling these are congruent, and they state that as the given. That's what I think that they will do. And I also think they will mention that 1 and 3 are the same. Do you remember why? Do you remember the name of these two angles across the vertex? They're vertical angles. So angles across the vertex are vertical. Angle 1 and 3 would be a step in our proof. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 because of vertical angles. So if you have angle 2 congruent to angle 1 and angle 3 congruent to angle 1, they should be the same. There's a name for that rule. That's the transitive property. So if something is equal to angle 1 in this case, something else is equal to that same thing, then those are equal to each other by the transitive property. And you can look at this solution, and they didn't write it in a 2-column proof. They did it as flowcharts, like little bubbles. I'm thinking, I'm sure, because that's what a flowchart looks like. But the information has to be there. Here's this one. This one I am choosing to skip. I feel like the given, when I checked these answers, actually I did look, there is no given that says these are supplementary, and it implies that they are. So we're going to not do that problem. Okay, another theorem, converse of same side interior. And I like how you can manipulate these. Notice these same side interior, they always add up to 180. Same side interior are supplementary, and they make that capital C kind of thing right there. So same side, supplementary. If that's true, then the lines are parallel. Then the lines are parallel. Converse of alternate exterior. Alternate exterior across the transversal from each other on the outside of the parallel lines. Again, they're not changing. These are congruent. They're not supplementary. They're congruent. So the rule says, if you find out that the alternate exterior are congruent, then the lines are parallel. So notice, each of these rules are proving lines are parallel. So if you're ever asked in a proof to prove lines are parallel, you're going to have to use those converse rules. There are 4 of them. Okay, determining whether lines are parallel. Think of the rules. Converse alternate interior, converse same side interior, converse alternate exterior, and the converse of corresponding angles. So all of those have to add up, or all of those are congruent angles except supplementary. So converse of supplementary, or sorry, converse of same side interior. So here it goes. It says, the edges of the new sidewalk must be parallel in order to meet the accessibility requirements. Okay, so this looks like it has to be parallel. Here's the sidewalk. Concrete is poured between straight strings. How does an inspector know that the edges of the sidewalk are parallel? Now, right here, there aren't any measurements. So we're having to do with these angles, these measurements, these angle 1 and 2. But if I click solution, see how these numbers show up? I wish they had them there already, but they're not there. So 53 is the same as 53. And you're like, oh, okay. So think of the edges of the sidewalk as 2 parallel lines, right at the edges of each side of the sidewalk. So if you tilt your head and look at this, hopefully you can see, here's a parallel line, there's a parallel line, and this edge of the road, that grayish, bluish road, that is the transversal. So try to guess what angle 53 here and angle 53 here would be called. They're outside the parallel lines. They're across the vertex or across the transversal. Those are called alternate exterior, and they're congruent. It tells you they're congruent. So by the converse of alternate exterior, you can say these lines are parallel. Okay? And later on, I think it asks you about angles 1 and 2, but let's look right now. If I knew this was called angle 1 and this was 53, I'm hoping you can answer what angle 1 would equal. What would the measure of angle 1 equal? Because together, angle 1 and 53, those make a straight line. So think about how many degrees are in a straight line, and you can answer that one. Here's another one. Oh, same thing, just builds on it. And how do you guarantee that the sidewalk is parallel to Main Street? So this is Main Street, it tells us. So it has something to do with angles 1 and 2. Or it could have something to do with this angle 53 and this 2. So think about, and if you need to tilt your head and look at those parallel lines like this, that's fine. But try to figure out what type of angles these are, and should they be supplementary, should they be congruent, and if that rule applies, then by the converse of whatever rule you use, then the lines would, in fact, guarantee that they are parallel. Here's another theorem. There's a lot today. So if 2 lines are parallel to the same line, then they are parallel to each other. So let's look at this. Angles A, or line A and C, see those little red lines? They're parallel. Angle B and C, they're parallel. So A is parallel to C, B is parallel to C. So they're both parallel to C, therefore they are parallel to each other. It's kind of like the transitive property. If this equals this equals the same thing, then they're equal. Same idea. If something is parallel and something else is parallel to the same thing, then they would be parallel to each other. Another theorem, if two lines are perpendicular to the same line. So here's line C. Line A is perpendicular, line B is perpendicular, but if you look at those right angles, those are corresponding angles. So corresponding angles are congruent. By the converse of corresponding angles, these lines are parallel. So if two lines are perpendicular to the same line, that means their corresponding angles are congruent, both 90, which means the lines are parallel. And you're going to solve some problems using parallel lines. This one is tricky if you can't see the visual. So the visual, this V right here, has to do with this post going straight up and down. And the W has to do with that post right there. Not this outside one, but like this darker brown. Okay, and then line A, B, C. It says, when building a gate, how does Bailey know that the vertical boards, these dark brown ones, B and W, are parallel? So you would have to look at those vertical boards and figure out some angle measures, corresponding, alternate interiors, same side interior, or alternate exterior, and try to figure it out. So I'm looking at this right here, this 90, because this 2 doesn't really help, it's just angle 2. But this box tells me that that's 90 degrees. This box right here tells me that that is 90 degrees. So those are inside the parallel lines on the same side of this, the bottom board of that transversal. So those 90 and 90 together should equal 180, which they do. So together, these are 180. So by the converse of same side interior angles, you can say those are parallel. V and W, those posts are parallel. Same picture it looks like. So should angle 1 measure, or what should angle 1 measure to ensure board B is parallel to A? So where is angle 1? Right here. Here's A and B. The only angles touching this board, the only angle that's marked is angle 1. And down here that's touching board A, it's this 90, but it doesn't have anything to do with B. And this 90 doesn't have anything to do with B. So we got to focus on this 1 and possibly this 35. So I'm hoping you see this capital C right there. It's kind of tilted. But these angles are same side interior. And if we want to prove that they're parallel, then this angle and 35 degrees should add up to 180. They should be supplementary. I'm going to let you do the math on that. Same thing, but now we're trying to do, Bailey also needs board C to be parallel to board A. So these two top and bottoms need to be, what should angle 2 measure? So hopefully you figured out what angle 1 equals. Okay, and you already have that. We could deal with angle 3. We have this 90. What would angle 2 have to equal? If this is 90, angle 2, what would that be? Try to explain it to prove or to show that the lines are parallel. So what would angle 2 have to be to show that the lines are parallel? Here's all the rules all together. Corresponding angles, if they're congruent, the lines are parallel. So the converse of corresponding. Converse of alternate interior, if the alternate interior angles are congruent, then the lines are parallel. Converse of alternate exterior, if those are congruent, then the lines are parallel. And then the converse of same side interior. If they're supplementary, then the lines are parallel. These really need to be memorized. So practice these, go over these. These are hard rules. The regular rule, like the corresponding angles theorem, that's just the regular rule. And then the converse to prove that the lines are parallel. You really need to know those back and forth, backwards and forwards. And then from here, you'll be asked some questions. Good luck.